Hey there, Leo. Welcome to your reading for mid-January 2023. We're going to jump right in here, Leo, and we are going to see what is going on for you at this time. You have this horse card. It says freedom in action. You also have this dolphin. It says playfulness and cooperation. I feel it could be like a very social time for you at this time. So I would encourage you to do that. I feel the dolphin card is saying like you need to take some time to get out of your head and go have fun, especially if you're hoping for like more freedom in your life or if you're hoping to be set free. I also feel like you are taking action in new directions in your life, which is, I think this is something that's been repeating for you for quite a long time, that you're like looking for new ideas or maybe like new ways to grow your business or your career or whatever it is that you do. Even if you're retired, you could be still looking for ways to like increase your finances, to save more money, but whatever it is that you're doing, I feel like it's working. Let's put it that way. So I would just keep doing what you're doing here, Leo, because I feel like there's just a lot of success that could be coming in for you here. I would also take action. It's like clearly this to me right here, Emperor, Six of Cups, Eight of Pentacles, Page of Cups. This could be like some sort of random idea that you have. Page of Cups, you can see that that fish is escaping from that cup that's on the Page of Cups here. I'll show you up here. And to me, sometimes that fish just represents a dream, like an idea, some sort of dream that you have. And I do feel this is saying, like, if you take action on some sort of dream, goal, wish, or dream, or some sort of crazy idea that you have, and I'm pretty sure I said this in your last reading, but anyway, I feel it will lead to a lot of success for you. What's crazy is that I'm using the After Tarot, and in the After Tarot, she is holding on to a golden fish, the Queen of Cups. So it's like that fish is gold, whatever it is. It's like some sort of wacky idea that you've been dreaming up, Leo, for your life. And that is the direction that I would be moving in. Some of you could also be dealing with a water sign. You keep getting a lot of water in your readings. You have Pisces, Cancer, and you have Scorpio as well. So you have all three water signs showing up here as their major arcana, which is even crazier. And so if you're looking for love, clearly be a water sign that is coming in for you. The other thing is that I would say that this clearly is saying you need to trust your intuition. Your intuition is guiding you. I feel like your intuition is guiding you to take action on something that is going to lead to a turnaround in your life. The Six of Cups to me is a gift from the universe, and the gift that we always receive with the Six of Cups is, again, a turnaround, things improving or some sort of improvement coming in for us. But again, we need to take action. You always get the High Priestess. I'm pretty sure you've been getting the High Priestess, and she has no roof over her head. I really feel that there's a lot of things, ideas, whatever, in your head that kind of that basically say the sky's the limit. There's no roof over her head, and that's what represents the sky. Basically says the sky is a limit. So I feel like you need to realize that there's no limit to what you can create at this time. There's no limit to what you can have, but I feel like you kind of have to go for it. You have to make something happen. There could also just be a Pisces in your life, by the way. Clearly, Pisces has been showing up for you like crazy, Leo. So you might have a sibling, a parent, or just a friend that is a Pisces or has a lot of Pisces in their chart. Clearly, someone very intuitive. This person could be very helpful in your life in some way, especially if you're trying to move, I'm getting. With the Queen of Cups, you have the Three of Cups. There you go. Teamwork. So, this is a card of your community, the Three of Cups, but it can kind of represent teamwork or working together with someone. So if you're working with a person, I feel like they could be very helpful. And again, it feels like family to me. So for some of you, could be like a family member, could be your mother as well, helping you do whatever. With the Emperor, look at this. Yes, you have the World. So this middle row is saying you need to go for it. Whatever big idea you have, it's going to lead to a victory and success. It's also a card of birth. I always say that normally the lady is in the middle of the World card, and she's like being born into a new world. So I feel like you need to realize that things have changed. Things are different. And it's like once you embrace the changes in the world, then you're going to be much more successful. With the High Priestess, you have the King of Cups. If you're attracting love, if you're attracting a water sign, it could be your perfect match here, Leo. So, again, I would say if you're meeting a person who is a water sign or has a lot of water in their chart, could be a perfect match, I guess. Leos always love to leave me comments saying, I would never date a water sign. I'm like, well, okay, then you'll be single for life. I don't care, right? If you're judging people by their sun sign, which I think sun sign compatibility is BS. I've seen it a million times. But what I would say here is, again, I feel like you could either work with this person or you're moving or they're moving to where you live, and that's how you're meeting this person. Eight of Pentacles and Chariot are standing out to me. So if you want love, that could be how you meet this person, is either through a move, travel, or you're meeting this person through work or business, is what I would say. They might also do the same thing that you do. Whatever that means. It's like maybe they have a similar business to you or something along those lines. Definitely popping into my head, but there you go. Next, you have this skunk spirit. It says, know your worth on it. So I feel you need to kind of like stand up for yourself here. You have a lot of cards of kind of using your imagination. The High Priestess, she has 3 levels to her crown here, or 3 stages, basically, if it wants to focus. And these are 3 stages of the moon. And it basically represents the fact that she sees the beginning, middle, and end of every situation as she wants it to go. She creates it in her head. And I feel like that's what you need to be doing here. You have the Ten of Swords, the Six of Cups, and the Death card. Some of you, I feel, could be healing from a loss. Here, Ten of Swords, Death. And it could be any type of loss that you're healing from. And I just think you're kind of like going through the healing process here is what I would say. I also feel that whatever you're planning on doing in your life is, again, going to lead to a turnaround. The Six of Cups, it can, of course, be a card of innocence and nostalgia, but it is also a card to me that represents getting a gift from the universe. And I always say that the gift we usually receive from the Six of Cups is kind of obstacles being removed from our path. If we have been experiencing an obstacle in work or business or, any area of our life, this kind of removes the obstacle. And that's what it looks like to me. You have the Death card as well. Some sort of transformation. You are clearly in a time of great transformation, like going up to the Chariot. You're clearly heading towards a victory. Ten of Swords is something being dead, done, over with, right? Even the skunk can represent kind of like a Kundalini awakening, right? It's got that, it has a stripe straight down its back up to its head. So some of you are going through like an awakening. You have this card that says activation on it. Next, I'll show you that in just a minute. So I feel some of you could be having some pretty big, kind of aha moments, awakenings, whatever you want to call it. And I would be trusting this guidance. Like you could be having dreams or whatever that are kind of guiding you in life. And that's exactly what I would be listening to here, Leo. With the Ten of Swords, you have the Three of Wands. Three of Wands, like, what are you waiting for? It's like, that something needs to change. And sometimes I feel Three of Wands like waiting for the perfect moment when there never will be a perfect moment. So I do feel it's time for you to take action on something, whatever it is that you're doing, right? With the Six of Cups, you have the Three of Swords. Some of you could be dealing with a separation. I'm pretty sure for the past couple weeks, you've been getting these cards of separation. Some of you might just be kind of like going through a separation or going through something like that. But again, I feel like you're leveling up. So, it's like if you go back to this person, you're going down. I feel like you need to go up here, Leo. And again, like I said earlier, I feel like some of you are already healing from this. Remember, we were talking about Ten of Swords, Death. So it's like you're healing from a situation. With the Death card, you have the Emperor again. I would be focusing on these actions that you can take to, create more victories in your life, to create more wins, to have more successes. Those are the things that I'd be focusing on. A victory right here. Justice is cause and effect. It's balance. And it's good things happening for you. So I feel there's a lot of good stuff coming in here is what I'm trying to say. Next, you have this card that says, are you kidding? It says, it was a necessary ending so that you can pursue the life you're destined to lead. Leave the past behind. I mean, you cannot make this stuff up. You have this card, this activation card. It says you're activating your soul purpose and receiving gifts. Awaken your soul and tap into your ancestral memory and inner wisdom. Again, I feel some of you are going through awakening, but I mean, are you kidding me right here? This to me says that Ten of Swords, Death. There was some sort of ending, but it was probably necessary so that you can, it says right here that you can pursue the life you're destined to lead. There you go. I'm speechless. I'm stumbling over my words here, Leo. So there you go. You have the Hangman, the Eight of Pentacles, and the Ace of Swords. Clearly a victory. I feel like there is, look at this Hangman. Even if it's not a Pisces, I don't care. I feel like there is a person who, sees your potential It could be a parent, a friend, a family member, whatever. And it's like they really want to support you. You see, this lady is supporting him, you know? And so I feel like there's a person who is either in your life or is coming into your life who wants to be extremely supportive. If you're attracting love, again, I do feel you could be attracting a very kind of supportive person. King and Queen of Cups are very nurturing, caring, supportive, divine counterpart. So if you're looking for love, could be a divine counterpart. For others, I feel like this is saying you're ready for action. I mean, the Hangman, his head is glowing. He's done what he set out to do, which was to gain enlightenment. And now it's time for him to focus with the Ace of Swords. And it's time for him to put the work in. Eight of Pentacles is just straightforward work. He's kind of like working on one thing as well. He's not working on 100 things at once. He's only focusing on building pentacles, right? He's not working on wands and cups and all that other stuff. He's focusing on one thing. So I feel that is going to be important for you, especially because of this right here. Ace of Swords is a card of focus and focusing on something. It's a card of laser-like focus as well. So I would be focusing exactly on the things that you do want and and not on what you don't want, because that's going to lead to a major victory for you. Again, Ace of Swords is a victory. I also feel that what's interesting is, I feel like as you're outgrowing people, because I do feel some of you are outgrowing people who just are maybe toxic or negative or whatever. It's like all of a sudden people might be coming in with truths because they don't want you to run away. But I don't think you're running away. I think you're just cutting people out for some of you. With the Hangman, you have the Ten of Wands. Yeah, you've been experiencing burdens for a very long period of time. I feel like it's time for you to put these burdens down and to make sure that you're only accepting responsibilities in your life that are your responsibility, whatever that means for you. That's really what I'm getting there. With the Eight of Pentacles, you have the Page of Cups. Again, I feel if you're attracting a person, that you're attracting a very balanced person, someone who's done a lot of work on themselves. So you could be attracting a person who is clearly kind of raising their vibration as well. Eight of Pentacles to me is a card of personal development, though. So again, you might be attracting a person who's very focused on being the best version of themselves that they possibly can be. And I would say if you're doing that as well, then that's what you're going to attract. That's why I always encourage people to focus on being the best version of themselves, whatever the hell that means, whatever that means for you. Because when you do that, then you're going to attract not just some old bozo from the side of the road, right? You're going to be attracting someone who also does the same thing, hopefully. With the Ace of Swords, you have the Queen of Pentacles here. Definitely very focused on your resources. I don't know. I feel like this is going to be a major theme for you for quite a long time, Leo. Not a bad thing at all. I feel like you're focusing on your resources, focusing on creating stability and abundance and as much money as you can, or, whatever it means for you, right? And that's really all I get here is I feel like you're just kind of focusing on that. Next, you have this Green Man card. It says the forces of nature favor you here. So it's like, I really feel that this is partially your awakening. And I also feel like you're tapping into the energy of the universe, which we actually see right here with the Chariot. You have the Chariot, Page of Cups, and the Justice card. The Chariot, he has stars in his canopy, moons on his shoulders. And again, that kind of represents the tapping in to nature, tapping into the universe. It is as above, so below. So I feel for a lot of you, again, you could be practicing that as above, so below type of energy, and that is what is going to lead to the most success for you. I definitely feel there's a victory for you. I'm getting a lot here on this card. I would be focusing on having small wins as well. Having the Ace of Swords and the Chariot. It's like, I know it's cliche success advice, but I mean, it changed my life, right? Is just creating small wins every single day, right? I do whatever I do. I create as many small wins as I possibly can, because the more you win, the better you feel. The better you feel, the more you win. It's kind of like a positive snowball, and it's definitely popping into my head that doing more of that would be a good idea for you, of course. I also feel if you're moving on to something new, he's leaving that city behind him and he's moving on to something new. So if you're moving on to something new, there's clearly going to be a lot of success there. You have the Page of Cups. I do feel that there could be new love coming in for you if you want it. And it could be a water sign. You have a lot of water here. It could also be an earth sign. Of course, it could be any sign. This is a general reading, but I feel like there could be love coming in for you. The fish is jumping out of his cup here on this Page of Cups in the After Tarot. I always say that fish is something we want to grab onto. It's like something that is part of our dream, And people always say to me that, they'll be like, well, what if I don't want love? I'm like, well, then it's not part of your dream. I don't know what to tell you. It's like, this is part of your dream. So maybe there's another part of your dream that you have to grab onto. But it's like, take it how it resonates, people. I don't know what to tell you. But also, if you're leaving a comment that you don't want love, you probably really actually do. So there you go. And yes, I'm totally calling you out. You have the Justice card here. Could be a Libra coming in for you as well. So I feel like there's balance coming in for you, or you're balancing things out. Things are becoming more fair, and you're receiving justice. The Justice person, you can see there's a king and like a beggar here on the card. It's like justice, it's the whole point that justice is blind, right? Justice doesn't care who you are or where you are. You're all going to be treated the same. And that's kind of like popping into my head, but I feel like it has to do with karma for whatever reason. But really, like as in you could be getting positive karma for something that you did, which is interesting. But I also feel really the main point of this reading is to focus on your awakening, your activation, whatever's being activated here. With the Chariot, you have the Hangman right next to the Hangman. It's definitely time for you to take control, right? I mean, Hangman basically says, okay, it's like you made the sacrifice, now it's time to get moving. You actually made the sacrifice with the Ace of Swords. On the Hangman, he has sacrificed the use of his arms and his legs. On the Ace of Swords, there's normally, I can't show you because I don't have a traditional one here, but there's normally a palm frond on one side, olive branch on the other. The palm frond in the tarot can actually represent a sacrifice that you've made. And again, it's whatever this Death card, this Ten of Swords is. It's like you let something go, but I feel it's time to move forward towards a victory. With the Page of Cups, you have the Nine of Swords. Some of you might be afraid of love. Like, you might be afraid of repeating a round situation. If it's not you, it's this person that's coming in for you. Could be afraid of repeating a round situation. Let's just say, will they get over it? I would say yes. I feel like they will get over it. King of Wands, confidence. So I would say yes. Maybe you have to be patient with this person. Again, I feel like this person brings a lot of receipts. That's like what I said earlier, or something about a resume or something. I don't know what that means. What I would say is kind of like intuitively, it's like maybe there's a lot of proof that this person really puts in work. And I feel like they kind of want to see proof from you as well. Again, I'm not suggesting, people always get super offended when I say you have to prove yourself to a person. I'm like, well, maybe you do, but what if it's the love of your life? Who cares what you have to do if it's like actually the person that's for you, right? So, and I don't even think this person's like, oh, I want proof. Like, they're not doing something that they wouldn't do either, is what I'm saying. But I do feel like this person, I really don't even think they're asking you for proof. I feel like they just want to maybe take their time, make sure they're not making a mistake, things like that. I feel it'll be worth it. With the Justice card, you have the Page of Wands as well. All these pages showing up here, I kind of do feel this is you. I feel like you need to go on a new adventure, which I always say to you. It's like, if I were a Leo, and I'm not even a Leo, and I still do that, what I'm about to say, I would be trying as much as new stuff as I possibly can. New business ideas, new opportunities, new. We're going to pull 5 main themes now, Leo. You have this Authority card here. We actually see a lot of authority in your reading. Emperor twice. We have 1, 2 Kings showing up here as well. Did we have anything else? I guess not. But, again, we see a lot of authority here. And I would say, I think you're becoming an authority in work or business. Next, you have this Charity card. See, I feel like if you're attracting a person, I feel like they are very giving. I feel like they really want to give to you as well. So, definitely attracting a good person. You have this Resistance card. This card's come up a few times. I would say, I don't know, I think there is a lot of resistance, 10 of Wands in your reading. So, there really is no good advice other than pushing through the resistance, because on the other side of the resistance is going to be success. Next, you have this Convention card. I'm always saying to you, Leo, that if I were you, I would do whatever you possibly can to stay away from convention. Like, convention is the way things have always been done. And if I were a Leo, and I'm not, but I do this right now because I see it in the astrology, this is what I would avoid, the way things have always been done. That doesn't mean you can't do what works. I like to remind people that I would just be following my 80-20 rule, not the actual 80-20 rule, but 80% of the time I'd be doing what works in work, in business, in your career, in your love life. The other 20% of the time I'd be trying something new. I'm telling you right now, fortune favors the bold. I've been saying it for years now that I believe in the future. Fortune favors the bold. King of Wands showing up here, literally. And also, everything you want is on the other side of something you've never done before. I literally said it to the Leo King in an interview that I did with him like 2 years ago. So it's like, literally, I've been talking about this for years, and that's exactly what I'd be doing, because I see that people that do it are going to be the most successful, right? Not to brag, but look at my channel. I mean, why do you think it's here? Why do you think it's at the level that it's at? Because I literally do this, right? You have this Criticism card. This is you criticizing yourself. So no self-criticism here, right? I feel like you need to embrace your confidence, especially this week or the next 2 weeks, the middle of the month here. But this looks really good, Leo. I like where this is going. So thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. Make sure to watch your Sun, Moon, and Rising for a full picture of what's going on for you at this time. But thank you, and definitely enjoy your week.